Yo guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast with me, Tom and Ben. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Thank you guys for the support lately. Almost at 600 subscribers, which is very cool considering I think our goal at the start of this was, our goal recently was 500 before Christmas, and now we're hoping to break 600, which is very cool. Remember, we upload these Thursday 4 p.m. apart from last week and apart from this weekend, which we have a little special podcast for you guys coming up. So do make sure to check that out. It'll probably be Sunday 4 p.m. I think. Check us out on Spotify. Link in the description, along with our merch, which again neither of us are wearing, but Christmas is coming up, so you never know. Also check out our Twitter at the Blue Podcast 1 and Instagram at the Blue Podcast 1. Football's been interesting lately again. Frustrating result recently for City. I mean, apart from yesterday.
Yeah. Story of our season. No. It is the story of a lot of games that we lose, especially recently. So obviously we're already struggling to score goals at the moment because we've not got Aguero fit.
Is he meant to be back fit soon? Because he came back for a little bit.
Yeah, he is back, but they're taking the time because they don't want him to just get injured again, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Because I think he came back earlier in the season straight away and got injured again, so they're being a bit more cautious this time. Previous games we've obviously been struggling to score, but it's like no disrespect to those other teams, like they're not as good as Tottenham. So we're like, obviously we would have liked to have won more, but we've done all right, even though we've not been able to score that much. But as soon as you come up against a team with Tottenham's quality, if you struggle to score, then
Then you lose 2-0.
Then it's 2-0. Yeah, then they're gonna take the chances and punish you. But
yeah, I mean, you had 66% possession, 22 shots to their 4.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Hang on a sec. Sorry about that. So 22 shots to Spurs 4. That's They had 2 shots on target and they both went in.
Yeah, it's a story of a lot of our losses recently. Even last season, like when we weren't struggling to score, it was those type of matches.
Is it not worth changing something then?
I think it's more. So there's lots of factors, but I think it's more that the core of that the 2010s team is gone. So Company gone, Fernandinho old, David Silva gone, Aguero old,
injured.
And injured, yeah. So
and Sterling's old now as well, to be honest.
He's only like 26.
No. Sterling's older than 26. I swear. He's 25. Oh my god, I thought he was like 28. That's Kane. He's 27. Okay. Why do I think Sterling was so much older than he was?
It's my bad.
He's
been around for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because he played a lot for Liverpool, and then obviously he's played a lot for City. You'd think he's been around for ages, but
but yeah. So I've seen a lot of in the analysis and what the pundits say. It's like City are going through a bit of a rebuilding process, and it's a strange one really, because they're saying, we're going through a rebuilding process, but we're still expected to be up there. And usually those two things don't go together.
That's a good viewpoint, because you are right. I don't think anyone else has said that before. Like, I watched a clip from the True Geordies kickoff, and he was saying how bad City are doing, but you haven't really had actually a rebuilding phase. This is your rebuilding phase, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which actually, I think that's a good point, because a lot of people are saying that, well, this is the first time Guardiola's had to go through a transition in a club. Normally, he inherits the players. So, well, Bayern Munich and City are the main ones that obviously he inherited. Company, Torre, Fernandinho, David Silva, Aguero, Sterling at City. He inherited Lewandowski, Muller, Boateng, Neuer. Like, he hasn't made anyone yet. And obviously, he's had a lot of. Well, speaking to Kieran about this, is it necessarily his fault that all these signings? You made a lot of bad signings, a lot of flops.
Yeah, every club makes a lot of bad signings.
No, but I feel like you've made an special amount of them.
No, I'd reject that. I think United have made a lot more worse signings than us.
Maybe worse high class in terms of Pogba. Maybe.
I can agree with Mangala. Crap. Who else?
Bravo.
Bravo. Crap.
Danilo.
Danilo's all right. Bravo served us in the cups. Who else?
I'll get them up now.
Well, I'll just go for United's. Lukaku, Falcao, Di Maria. So I'm rejecting that wholeheartedly.
Would you say Benjamin Mendy's been a flop then?
He's been a flop in the sense that he's
injured.
Since he got injured, he's not been the same player that he was.
Nolito?
Yeah, he was crap.
Douglas Luiz, you sold as well.
Yeah, he never played for us, so.
Which is a bit surprising considering how well he's doing with Aston Villa.
Yeah, I mean, we've been linked with him, so.
Angelino?
Angelino, he was a youth product, so like we had a buyback on him, so it can't really be. I don't really think
Pedro Porro?
He'll be a youth player.
Don't recognise any of these names.
No, youth players.
You sold Aaron Moy in 2017.
Yeah. Never played for us. Now he's playing in crap China.
Yeah, okay. There's not too many, but there's not been any. Well, obviously, your big ones are the ones we mentioned.
Yeah. I accept that we have had some flops, but I reject that we've had a lot. Like,
it's the fact that you've spent 700 million plus.
Yeah. Like,
you're still in this position.
Yeah, every club spends a lot of money, but like
700 plus million though.
You can't say that as a Chelsea fan. You can't say that as a Chelsea
fan. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, like I get what you mean. Like, we shouldn't be in this position, but I think being in this position is inevitable. It's just part of the cycle of football. Doesn't matter. Like,
you've been at the top for so long.
Yeah. So I don't think it's that we're suddenly not going to be up there. I think it's just it's a transition. And I think it's already started and it's looking positive with the signings of Ruben Diaz, Ferran Torres. I think because that investment's not going to go. So we're still going to sign players and improve and stuff. And with Guardiola being there for 2 more seasons, I know people are like, oh, he's not doing the Champions League. And oh, look, he's doing crap now.
Sorry about the pause. Ben should be back very, very shortly. He's back. You're back, yeah.
Where did I go up to? Where did I go up to?
Said something about investment, something about Champions League 2 years. Crap now.
Yeah. So, but he's shown what he can do in previous seasons. So if he went with this investment and he gets that right mold again, right player in the right mold again, he'll be able to do that again. So
I think the thing that people think is different is this is the longest obviously he's been at a club.
Mm.
This is the first time he's actually had to change the core of a team.
Yeah.
So that's probably why people are putting a lot of pressure on it, because if Pep Guardiola is meant to be one of the best ever, then he should be able to do that quite smoothly, supposedly.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas it's been a bit rocky.
Yeah, but like I think it's every like I don't think you can say every club who's had a transition can't be like they've had this summer and then, oh, next season you're still the same.
Yeah.
Chelsea last season, I know you had the transfer ban and stuff. That was a transition. You weren't up there. Liverpool when Klopp,
We also had to play about 6 kids a game.
yeah, this is what it was a transition. It wasn't,
Yeah.
and even this season, you've made loads of signings. You're still in that transition. I don't think you'll win the league.
We are close though. We are so close. When we
I don't
start
think,
talking about Chelsea later on, obviously I'll talk about it.
yeah, I don't think you'll win the league. I think but I think I think you'll definitely be up there. I think it'd probably be Liverpool again, just because they're grinding out results. Then it'll be Tottenham and Chelsea. Will be pushing them. But like even Liverpool when Klopp first came in, they had years. So I think it's a bit unfair. You got like it's like people are like, oh, he's never done this before. Like if he's a top manager, you should be able to do this. Should be doing it straight away. You gotta give him a chance to actually do it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah, like and I get that he's not done it before, so maybe he might not do it. But I'd like to think he will.
Which is fair enough, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's we're well on the way. Because like I said, Ruben Diaz, Ferran Torres, those type of signings, like they're still going to sign players like that.
Yeah.
So like it's just that, like say, it's transition to a couple more transfer windows to get those players in, and then we should be kicking right and like.
Well, I'm playing devil's advocate again here though. Shouldn't you have already had the signings when you've spent X amount of money?
Well, I think it's
considering we've basically had a full season. I'm just comparing to Chelsea. We had a full season of no transfers, and then we've basically had the perfect transfer window. Whereas you've had many transfer windows where you spent a lot of money. Yes, obviously some of them have come good. Was Jesus before Guardiola or after?
No, he's after, yeah.
So Jesus, Ferran Torres is coming good. Mahrez obviously was very good. Kyle Walker,
Sane, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, Bernardo. Yeah, like you've had good signings, but there's something still missing.
Like, I think this is the thing. I don't think there's loads missing.
No, of course.
Because so
otherwise you'd be much lower down than you would be.
We've obviously done so we've already had loads of signings, blah blah blah, been good signings, all that sort of stuff. But a lot of that, the recent signings, has been focused on that defense because it's been absolutely awful. And finally, Ruben Diaz looks like he's decent. Don't want to jinx it, but it looks all right. But now, because I guess it's sort of if you look at it as like,
You're back. You're back.
I'm back.
Yeah,
right. So if you look at it, it's like that sort of extended decay of that 2010s team. So the start of the transition was when our defense started going crap, which was last season, and that's the start of the transition. So that last season defense was crap. They've got that, and then suddenly the attack is decaying because Aguero's getting old. So now they're going to have to start working on the attack, and that'll be next season because we've been linked with we won't get them, but we've been linked with Kane, Haaland, Grealish. Might get Grealish, but it's like this sort of
Messi.
Yeah. I mean, he's only gonna be there for a couple of seasons, if he does come. But yeah, it's like this sort of gradual decay that is having to be addressed a step at a time, a transfer window at a time. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think you've argued City's corner there pretty valiantly for
Yeah.
anyone that
Yeah.
disagrees. Results on the weekend. United scraped past West Brom again. I think it was Bruno Fernandes penalty again. So it's frustrating to watch them, isn't it?
Yeah. I saw a comment on the BBC, live text. It was from a United fan. It was like, even I, as a United fan, on like the text he sent in, even I, as a United fan, is finding it comical out of luck with penalties. Like it's that bad. It's that bad.
It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
what was the well, you haven't spoken about the handball. Jesus, was it a handball?
That was just something else I was going to say. Like, there's various factors as well with like why we are where we are. There's one it's lack of preparation. So they only had 2 weeks together before the start of the season because they finished the season late. Blah blah blah. Then you have a mad schedule, so you have loads of injuries. Then you have VAR. We never seem to get a VAR decision.
I remember there was the Olympiacos game, and Gundogan made a possible foul in the build-up yesterday, and Kieran went, "Okay, yeah, VAR is going to turn that over."
Okay. Yeah.
He was adamant, and he was like, "Wait, they didn't."
Like that's that. Like Kieran will agree with me completely. Like we never get a VAR decision. You can guarantee if there's a foul. No, if there's not a foul, if there's like a little touch, they were like, "Oh, right, we're going to have a look at it," and they'll be like, "Right, there's a pen." Or there'll be like a little thing, and it'll be like, "Oh, needs to go and review that. Oh, we'll give a red card." Or like that goal needs to be looked at. Like, oh, it's handball, right? Chalk it off. Never get anything from it. But
What's that? I completely agree.
We can't blame VAR for everything, but we don't. That's another factor. Yeah. And then this sort of transition is another factor. And then I think it's also a little bit of a false position as well because we've got that game in hand. So if we win, that would be up to just underneath top 4, I think, or something.
I'll have a look. So City are well. I mean, I think Villa can go third with a game in hand. United can go 7th, and City can go 7th as well.
Right. So, like, it's a little bit of false position, and obviously, it's even with that win, it's still not where we would want to be.
Yeah.
Or where people would expect us to be, or where we ourselves would expect us to be. But
actually, you'll be 8th even if you win that, because.
But it's still a bit of a more favourable position than where we are. But yeah, like I think that obviously the transition is a very key thing, but there are various things. But and especially against Tottenham, we never get any VAR decisions, and it's starting to become a bit of a piss take. But if we win against Burnley at the weekend, we'll be back.
Do you think with the Jesus post handball, is it more not VAR's fault? It's actually the rules' fault. The rule makers' decision.
I think that's
from the box.
Yeah. I think that's fundamental. Like the rule is wrong.
Because the concept
I also think.
Go on.
But I also think that I do get. So I agree with like, oh, it's not VAR, it's the rules, which I completely get. But I think it also VAR shouldn't have that sort of the same power that it does. It should be only for limited incidents, like limited things.
Or should just not have any grey areas.
Yeah, like offsides. But
I think that's understandable though. I think offsides is the least questionable part of VAR.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it should be for offsides or questions of missing identity, but like other stuff, I don't think it should be used because it just causes more controversy than it's worth.
But then once you have it there, right, let's say you have it for just offsides, and if you're trying to figure out who caused the foul or whatever, then people are going to start asking why. Let's say someone handballs it and it goes in, no one sees it.
Well, but yeah, like if you state in the rules, right, it's only going to be used for these things, and they can't say that because it's in the rules that it says it's only being used for this.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Because
I mean, I wouldn't want to be in charge of trying to figure out everything.
Yeah, it's getting a bit ridiculous the amount of things it's used for. It's like a little like I mean, the flipping United penalty, Bruno Fernandes brushes the ball. Oh, it's not a pen. Piss take. It's a pen. Like it's stupid.
When he went to go to take it.
No. So, but West Brom got a pen.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they got a pen before it, but then VAR returned it because Bruno Fernandes brushed the ball.
What's his name? The Chelsea youth player who's on loan there got it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Conor Gallagher.
Right, and then he returned it because he brushed the ball, and then they went up the other end and got a pen. Stupid, absolutely stupid. I saw something. It was a stat about Bruno Fernandes's. Like it's like, oh, it's not Fernandes. He scores other goals, which he does. Fair play, but it was like his percentage of goals is the highest. Goals from penalties is the highest of any player to have played in the Premier League
ever.
That's all you need to know. Like, so yeah, and something like he scored 14 out of his 20 odd goals, 21 goals, 22. I don't know. Have been pens. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if that's just in the Prem or all time or whatever, but it's like 21, 22, 23 goals. It's just, yeah.
I don't know what to do with it, to be honest. It's a bit... I kind of just try and forget about the whole United Bruno Fernandes thing because it just annoys me.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's not going away, VAR. My instinct would just be bin it off, but it's not going away. So they need to change it. They need to.
Well, didn't they think this season that it'd be clearer?
Yeah, but it's
not.
Like they need to change the rules. They need to change the how like the.
I feel like in Europe they've got it more right than in England.
Yeah, well, I think they're.
Well, they're just hard. They're just a lot harsher with everything. If it hits the hand, it's a handball in the box.
Yeah,
like they just give no grey area.
Yeah, a lot less interpretation. Yeah.
Yeah, which I personally think is how it should be. I know it's going to be really harsh on a lot of people.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you train, you don't train if you're blocking a shot.
You don't train.
It's going to be obviously crap because you got to do that every time.
Yeah.
But if you're professional footballers, shouldn't you be trained to do that anyway? Personally,
I think there'd be a lot of people who wouldn't be happy with that.
But everyone's not happy right now.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So it'd just be the same unhappiness. So there's got to be another.
And the common denominator is VAR, so bin it off. Anyway, let's talk about some more results. Otherwise, I think Ben, you got to calm down.
There's got to be another way of rectifying it. That's all I'm going to say.
There's got to be another way. Ben will come back to us maybe in a few months with a solution, and maybe
Yeah, I'm going to be brainstorming ideas.
Maybe. All right. Well, Brighton surprisingly beat Villa 2-1. That was a bit of a shock result, I think. I mean, obviously, Brighton have just been unlucky in terms of their results. Do you remember the United game? Brighton United.
No.
Brighton were. I think I watched the game. Brighton were all over them, and I mean all over them. Lamptey looked class on the right. I think Lamptey got sent off in this game in one of the last games. Yeah, he got sent off in the last game. Really got me -1 on my fantasy team, which is a bit of a pain. But that's what kind of the topic of this podcast is. The beauty of the Premier League right now is anyone can win, apart from basically West Brom, Burnley, and Sheffield United.
Oh, don't say that because Burnley.
You got Burnley in the weekend. Oh dear. Chelsea 2-0 Newcastle. Finally, we can start talking about some Chelsea stuff. Another clean sheet. Obviously, we didn't get a clean sheet on Tuesday.
I think a key part of this, and it doesn't matter about any other of the signings, a key part of it is Mendy.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I
think Thiago Silva's also huge, but we played Rudiger in that game.
Yeah, I think like that. I was going to say, obviously he's been quality Thiago Silva, but I think you didn't even need to bother with that. Get Mendy in, you sorted. That's all you need to do.
Mendy has been. It's crazy the difference. Like, I think we've said it almost every week now. Mendy is just the difference between having an actually decent. He's not even decent, I don't think, though.
No, he is.
No. He's better than decent.
Oh, right.
I think he's like. I actually think he's going to be really good for us. And he's 28. He's got at least 4 years, at least.
Yeah.
He looks unreal. He's being coached by Czech. I think it was not Cudicini. Who was our old keeper? He's being coached by a lot of Chelsea, Czech, another ex-Chelsea keeper. Caballero's around him as well. He knows he's got Kepa behind him. And so, I know he's way behind, but I'm saying, like, he knows that it's not like if he starts playing badly, he knows Kepa will be given a chance, right? So,
even if he plays badly, he's probably playing better than Kepa. So
no, I know, but he must know that Kepa will be given a chance, right?
Yeah, he'll have to be playing.
Like, it's a small factor, small factor.
Absolutely diabolical if to give Kepa.
Yeah. But I have to start from Tuesday though. Did you see Werner's miss?
I didn't see it, but I saw something on the Sport Bible being like he's doing his best Sunday League impression or something.
He missed an open goal.
Oh dear.
Crossed in from. I tell you, who's actually really coming good now.
Hudson-Odoi. I saw a stat actually. He scored the most goals for Chelsea in the Champions League except Giroud.
Yeah. In the last 2 seasons or something?
Yeah. Like Giroud.
Yeah, that's possible.
Giroud scored 12 and then he scored like 6 or something.
So no, that would be a European. That would be Europa League and Champions League.
All right. Well, just European.
Yeah. It's a lot anyway. It's a lot. But yeah, he's looking really good. Mount got man of the match, I think, on Tuesday. Him in that 8 role on the left it's his role. It's literally where he's supposed to be playing. Cover, he's looking solid as a replacement for Havertz. Obviously, I feel like it'd be harsh to play Havertz over Cover straight away. Obviously, Havertz came on for Kovacic on Tuesday.
Both quality players.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Kovacic was our player of the season last season, I think it was. So, yeah, it would obviously be a shame for him to not start. But then again, we've got so many players. I can understand now why we loaned out Barkley and Loftus-Cheek. Because, I mean, they wouldn't really be getting an eye in. I think Loftus-Cheek I don't think they would. Jorginho's back up to Kante. But I've seen a lot of things saying that maybe Billy Gilmour should have started on Tuesday instead of Jorginho, which I think it was a too high-profile game to start him necessarily. Maybe next time we play Krasnodar, when we're already through.
Yeah.
Maybe that's when you play him, or you play him in a Carabao Cup or something game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess we're further down the rebuild line than you are currently, which is nice. Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, you started last season because even though you didn't make that many signings, you had that season to work
build
with
the youth players.
Yeah, work with the group.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that we don't have good players. It's just like you say, you got to rebuild that core.
But I've seen a few tweets of people going, Chelsea to win the league? Question mark. But I think is it too early to say? If Liverpool lost yesterday 2-0.
Yeah,
They had Mane and Salah playing.
still Champions League.
But they're not through yet.
Like when it comes to the Prem, they'll grind out a result.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, the fact that Gomez, VVD, and Trent are all out for an extended period of time, you've got to say does give teams promise.
Yeah, definitely. But the rumours that they're going to sign someone in January, aren't there?
Yeah, but and maybe. But is this weekend, and I guess last weekend as well, with Spurs v City and now Spurs v Chelsea, are these not two kind of huge games to help decide what could happen in the future?
Yeah. Well, the future of the season, definitely.
Yeah.
I think if Chelsea win, it'll set that tone of Chelsea and Tottenham both being up there with Liverpool. I mean, even if Tottenham win, they'll still both be up there with Liverpool. But I think if Tottenham win, that'll be like them being like, yeah, we're going to be challenging this year,
or even winning. So
even winning.
Yeah, it's. I'm not looking forward to it, if I'm going to be honest. The Spurs game, 4:30 on Sunday. Oh, why is it on Sunday? We've got all weekend to have to wait. Oh, I hate that. Why? Ugh. But before we move on to other teams and stuff, obviously as a football podcast, we can't not speak about the unfortunate death of Diego Maradona. Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
I think yesterday, age 60. Obviously, I mean, I've seen so many things of like Gary Lineker on BT Sport talking about how he only was on the pitch with him for half a game in some friendly thing, and he just knew. You could just tell he's one of the best players to ever touch football ever.
Yeah. I mean, the Pope has said that he's praying for him, hasn't he? Because he's Argentinian.
Really?
He's a football fan. The president of Argentina has announced 3 days of mourning.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Wow. I mean, obviously, he was worshipped in Argentina, though, isn't he?
Oh yeah. And then the mayor of Napoli has well, not announced, but has said that they should rename the stadium after him. So. I knew he was a quality player. I knew he was one of the best players ever.
But you don't really realize the influence he had.
But I didn't realize how much people cared about him.
Yeah. I mean, he's clearly touched the hearts of many people.
I mean, I know it's still a surprise that he's died at 60, which is young, but he did obviously lead a
interesting lifestyle. Yeah,
a lavish life, cocaine, alcohol, whatever. But
yeah, he's died before his time, obviously.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've heard a lot of people saying about you forget. So obviously he was as good as Messi is now, but he was playing on a mud pitch where the ball would get stuck under your feet all the time, whereas Messi's playing on obviously these fantastic pitches, which just the ball runs smoothly across. So the fact that this guy, who was kind of generational, obviously one of the best ever, and but the things he could do with the ball, which no one else could do at the time, yet obviously I guess the tricks are becoming more often common nowadays, but that's because the pitches are easy to do it. He was doing it back when it was almost impossible. The reason people didn't do it was because it was impossible. Yet this Argentinian maestro did. So
he had the personality and the sort of cockiness to do it. So
I mean, the fact that you can be put in the same bracket as Pele is speaks for itself. So obviously we just thought we'd touch on it, send our respects.
Pele said that he hopes they have a kickabout in heaven.
Play football in heaven. Yeah, I saw that. That's touching. Yeah, it's quite amazing how the football world seems to have come together to pay their respects to Maradona.
Oh yeah,
and Tyson Fury as well. He put a load of stuff out because he was quite close to Maradona, I think, because Maradona was obviously the best at his time, at the same time that Mike Tyson was the best boxer.
right.
So they had a lot of comparisons because obviously they were both quite characters, and they won. I think they won. They both won their. I think was it the '86 World Cup?
Yeah.
And then Tyson Fury won, I think, the heavyweight in '86 as well.
Right.
So he spoke very fondly of him, of course. So
yeah.
Obviously we're too young to really know too much, but
we've seen clips and stuff. But yeah.
I mean, obviously we've seen the clips of Hand of God and that run from the halfway line against England. So
yeah, I mean, he was like, there's that thing. What was it now? They were saying that like Gaza and him, they had a match together or something against each other. Like Gaza was playing for Lazio.
It was rest of the world v
no,
UK, I think.
That was Lineker. But it was but for Gaza, it was he was playing for Lazio, and Maradona was at Sevilla at the time.
Okay.
And they had a match, and Gaza said, apparently he said to him, I'm completely smashed. And then Maradona said to him, "Don't worry, Gaza, I am too."
I saw a picture. I think it was a friendly game as well, where I think old England players played and old Argentinians played. I think I saw a picture of Gaza behind Maradona. Gaza, they both looked older than when they were playing football.
Yeah.
So I think that might have been a friendly game or something. But yeah, I remember the all because Lineker was playing for the rest of the world because he was at Barcelona at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we send our respects to Maradona and his family. We just thought we'd touch on it before we move on to the rest of the fixtures. I mean, we were supposed to talk about it at the start, but got carried away. All right, so we touched on Chelsea. Liverpool, surprisingly, I think this was one of the second shock of the weekend. Liverpool beat Leicester 3-0.
It's just the Premier League at the moment, isn't it? Like, if you beat someone, you smash him, and if you lose someone, you get smashed. So, I mean, yeah.
It was. Yeah. I remember speaking to one of my mates about it, saying this is actually quite a big game for the season. It's just quite a eye-opening to see how each team will do, and then Liverpool were just as good as they were normally. And I mean, Jota, they are. I bet they're thanking their lucky stars that they signed Jota this season.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, imagine if they hadn't. I think Liverpool wouldn't be challenging the way they are if they didn't have Jota, personally.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, it's still struggling injuries in defence, but it's kind of
the best way to defend is sometimes to attack. I can hear you.
Struggling with injuries. Oh, it's still struggling with injuries in defence, but like that sort of countered the problems in defence, having that threat.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I just said, sometimes the best way to defend is to attack.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in Liverpool's case, it is at the moment.
Yeah. Good result for Leeds. Drew 0-0 with Arsenal. Apparently, Arsenal were shocking.
Yeah,
apparently they were shocking. Although there was some controversy about the red card, wasn't there? He seemed like he'd just been punched in the face when he literally got tapped by Pepe's head. It was obviously a red card.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that. But apparently he was really rude to Pepe or something.
All right, okay.
So apparently Leeds have said, "Oh, we don't condone what he said" or whatever. So
there'll be an investigation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with Arsenal, like I've seen a lot of stuff. Apparently, hasn't Emery's got like the best record out of the recent Arsenal managers?
Emery Chan.
No, Unai Emery.
Oh no, Emery. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Chan.
he's got one of the best records. And it's compared to other recent Arsenal
Really?
managers.
Better than Arteta.
Yeah. After a certain amount of games, he's absolutely smashed Arteta.
Man.
And I
Wow.
guess I don't know. Arsenal fans are like, oh, he's creating an identity, blah 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 blah. But it's they're being a little inconsistent at the moment, so they're probably
They're kind of they're being like United, to be honest, but less lucky.
yeah, pretty much.
The Hammers. Gone.
They'll probably get Europa League.
Yeah. The Hammers are continuing their good run of form.
Yeah.
Beat Sheffield United.
Handy team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't really complain much about how they're doing, really. Better than we thought they would be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Everton winning again, although it was bloody close. I watched the second half of the Fulham game. I watched the first half, switched off because it was like 3-1 and Everton were dominating. And then I saw it was 3-2 and I was like, oh, hang on a second. It was on to the last 15 minutes. And I think Fulham were all over them at the end. Everton could get out that half.
Yeah.
And do you want to know why?
Why?
Loftus-Cheek came on. And he scored. So, you know.
I think Everton did what they needed to do, though, didn't they?
They did. Against a weaker opposition. I feel like Everton's frailties are coming through now, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, they got a couple of injuries.
James Rodriguez didn't exist in the Fulham game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, every player's going to have like a couple of off games, aren't they? So, but like, they've had a couple of injuries, not got as good a squad depth as other clubs, but they're still good enough to be like in that Europa League area, I think.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Southampton were unlucky not to beat Wolves. Wolves scored quite late on, I heard. Drew 1-1. Southampton, obviously, I guess, one of the best teams in the Premier League right now. So Wolves getting a draw against them is pretty good.
Yeah. I hope they beat United, but United will probably score off a pen or something.
Yeah,
so.
probably. Yeah. Well, they just won 4-0 or 4-1, didn't they?
Yeah, it was Istanbul, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that's going to be their game of the week where they do well and then they'll just get smashed by Southampton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Anyway, you can only hope.
Yeah.
And I think Burnley got their first win of the season against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I mean, they're always going to have to get it at some point. Palace, they're doing what Palace do. They just do all right. Like they'll win some, they'll lose some. I think with Sean Dyche, you would think that Burnley will do.
They'll stay up.
They'll do all right, but.
Do you remember ages ago when I said something about them being overtaken by Egyptians or something?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything about that since.
No. I don't know.
But Newcastle have gone to court against the Premier League for preventing them from being able to make the deal with where were they from again?
Yeah, I saw that.
Where were
Saudi
they
Arabia.
from? Saudi Arabia. And who's their owner again?
Mike Ashley.
Mike Ashley. And the fact that if Mike Ashley's going to court, Mike Ashley will only spend his money if he knows he's going to win.
Yeah. True.
So we'll see.
Yeah, but I think yeah. Like Burnley have just had a bit of a shaky start to the season, but they're a handy team.
Yeah, they should stay up. They should.
They might hit some form now, and hopefully not against us.
Yeah. All right. Shall we get onto the tier list of how we think each team have done this season?
Yeah.
And we can talk about how crazy this start of the season has been, or the title of the video should be Is this the best start to the Premier League season? To a Premier League season. There we go.
Not as a City fan.
Pardon?
Not as a City fan.
No, I'm talking as a general overall fan of watching entertaining football.
Yeah.
All right. So we got the categories here. We've got a shocking start to the season. We've got a below par start to the season. We've got an average start to the season, good start, and an incredible start. So obviously these will be different for each team. So if certain teams are doing how they're supposed to be, then there'll be an average team. That's the example. It's in alphabetical order. No, it's not at all. Chelsea are not near the start, so I'm going to shut up. We'll start with Villa. I think they've had a good start to the season.
Yeah, it would have been incredible if they had won a couple of
If they'd beaten, who did they lose to? Who was it lost to again? Brighton.
Yeah, if they'd won to Brighton, it would have been probably incredible.
It could have been incredible because they would still if they'd beaten Brighton, they would be third. Well, they'd be
fourth.
Possibly they'd be fourth because of goal difference, and then they'd have a game in hand where they could go first.
Yeah.
That Brighton game was, I think, really important in terms of that.
Yeah, it's a wake up call for them, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and I think they're just going to get better though, Villa. I mean, with Ollie Watkins, Grealish, Barkley, Douglas Costa in the middle, is it? Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz, yeah.
Douglas Luiz, Tyrone Mings, Matty Cash, the Martinez, the keeper.
Yeah, from Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they have a chance. If they had won that Brighton game, I think they would have been in good stead to be top 4 contenders currently.
Yeah.
I remember we're 4 days from December.
Yeah, it's true.
Crazy times ahead. Brighton, they are currently in 16th. I thought they were higher than that. I guess average.
It's average. That's like maybe you expect them to be in and around there, maybe a couple of places further up. But
I thought they would be higher up. Obviously, just other teams have done better.
Yeah, they're just doing what they need to do, really.
And having watched a few of their games, I think personally they've been a bit unlucky with results.
Yeah, well, they're a handy team. Like, they play good football, nice football. But
yeah. Burnley, shocking.
I mean, they picked up that win. So if they beat us, it'll probably be below par, won't it?
Yeah. But currently, they are in 17th, having won one game all season. I think, they haven't really had a good start to the season at all.
Yeah.
We've smashed them. So, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. We're doing really well, so, you know. But yeah, that's fine. Fulham, they're 18th. For them, though, I feel like it's a below par because
they've just come up. Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Teams are always going to struggle when they first come up. When they first come up, they always struggle. Yeah. And, you know, they're Chelsea's little brother, so, you know, I've got to keep them, you know, safe. But, yeah, I mean, they played well against Everton. Which could be the turning point for their season, maybe.
Yeah.
They have won a game, which is a good start, better than West Brom, obviously, who are doing badly, putting it bluntly. Yeah, nothing too special from Fulham.
I think that's fair.
Leeds.
Average.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at them, though, they are 1 point behind City, 2 points behind Arsenal, and 2 points behind United.
We've got a game in hand.
Yeah, obviously, City and United have got a game in hand, but you know.
I think right at the start of the season, you probably said good start, but they've kind of tailed off a little bit. But that's always going to happen when you have such a good start.
Yeah.
If you start on such a high,
Of course.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Wolves, I'd say, have had a below par start to the season. They're in ninth place, and considering how high up they finished last season and how good they've been looking.
Finished 8th last year, didn't they?
Yeah, but you think,
No,
I don't know,
7th.
you'd think they'd be above West Ham and Villa.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult because it's kind of the table hasn't evened out yet.
Yeah.
It's between
Below
average
par and average, yeah.
yeah.
Well, okay, the fact that they're in ninth does mean obviously average, because obviously
Yeah.
teammates last season. But
Yeah.
below them, United have a game in hand, City have a game in hand.
Yeah.
I could bump them down 2 spots.
It's true. It's true.
But currently they're in ninth, and we're doing it off current standings.
Yeah.
We can't predict the future. We aren't psychic or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
average.
that's fair.
I mean, next week, obviously, this whole table could change. We never know. This weekend, even.
Yeah.
Liverpool currently in second place. I think that's where we expect them to be.
Yeah.
For them, it's been an average season. They haven't. It's a good start, I guess.
Yeah, I think just because they're up there, you have to say good, isn't it? Like they recovered from that 7-2 smashing well, so
yeah.
Like, yeah, just a good start. Which is it's like it's saying that they got smashed 7-2 and saying they had a good start. I mean,
it's crazy. If anything, that 7-2 should bump them down. But
yeah.
Next up, Sheffield United, bottom of the table.
Yeah,
shocking. Considering how well they played last season.
Yeah. I mean, just on Liverpool, if they had lost another match, like if they had lost to us, then you might have said average. But
yeah,
we should have won that match. But it's just our luck at the moment. Like we're a bit unlucky as well.
It is what it is.
Yeah. With missing pens that usually get scored and stuff. So yeah, a little bit of
a little bit frustrated.
I'm a little bit.
Yeah.
I understand why we are.
Yeah, fair enough. United below par.
Below
they are
par,
in 10th.
Yeah, below par for sort of where you expect United to be, but probably average if you're going off previous seasons.
Well, they came third last season.
Well, before that, you know what I mean? Like, if you do an average of like,
of course.
But yeah, probably below par for where they want to be.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they would be shocking if it wasn't for their luck.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
City. I'll let you answer this one.
I think if we lose to Burnley, then it'll be shocking. But I think at the moment, as it currently is, below par.
Fair enough. So you think if you lose to Burnley, or would you say even draw?
I mean,
even if you draw, you stay 13th.
I still think it's poor.
I'm saying even if you draw, would you be shocking?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
You say it's a must win for you?
I think so. Yeah.
Fair
enough. On us being unlucky, no team is more unlucky than us with VAR. Let's just put that there.
Fair enough. Definitely. Actually, I completely agree with that. Everton.
Good start, average. No, good start.
If they'd maybe won the game before last, because I'm pretty sure they lost.
Yeah.
They lost before Fulham.
Yeah.
Maybe because they had a really good game against Everton. They've had a lot of good games, but obviously
Yeah.
kind of dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, I think if, like I was saying with United, if you look at their average of previous seasons, they're doing having a good start compared to their recent seasons. So
Yeah,
because they're usually like ninth, eighth sort of thing, 10th,
yeah,
that sort of place. So yeah,
of course.
yeah,
Chelsea,
good start.
I'd say good start.
Yeah,
Almost incredible, but we drew and lost too many games at the start of the season.
yeah. I think if you'd won to, was it West Brom?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Southampton.
yeah. I think the West Brom one you were because you were 3-0 up, weren't you?
No, we're 3-0 down.
3-0 down. All right. No, which one was it where were you winning?
Southampton, I think.
All right. Yeah. If you'd won that one, you'd probably been incredible.
Was it Southampton? I can't remember. Yeah, one of those games. Yeah. Well, yeah. If we'd won one of our last games, we'd be top.
Yeah. So it would have been an incredible start, but yeah, because of that average, not average.
Let's go. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Leicester, good start as well.
Yeah.
They are currently in fourth, joint points with us. Just a worse goal difference by 6. I want to talk about this actually. Chelsea and Spurs have comfortably the best goal difference in the league.
Yeah.
12. That's quite something.
Yeah.
And the fact that Spurs beat United 6-1, and we haven't had any scorelines like that, but we've consistently won by like 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah. I think it goes that both your attacks are quality, and then City just haven't been scoring. So, and like obviously Liverpool would have been up there as well, but they got smashed 7-2. So that's why the goal difference is there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the fact that they lost 7-2 and they still got a 5 goal difference is good for them.
Yeah. I mean, along with us getting beat 5-2. So
yeah, true. Yeah, forgot about that. Anyway,
well, I mean, I think it's mainly that we can't score at the moment.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Well, yeah.
We need a striker. Aguero coming back.
Arsenal below par.
Yeah.
They're in 12th. It could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be a lot better though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not much to say.
Nothing much to say about them. Their pants, no one likes them. Anyway, moving on.
They've just been very, very inconsistent, haven't they?
Yeah. Like United.
Have a look.
Newcastle, 15th.
They had a good start to the season, didn't they?
Yeah, and they're building, and they've had a lot of injuries. To be fair, they've got their keeper out. Wilson was out. Fraser's out.
Like say because the injuries have tailed off a little bit recently, but I think still
Average.
Yeah, average.
Yeah, and they've had some hard games at the start of the season as well. So
yeah, definitely.
I think next up it's got to be our first incredible start to the season. To be honest.
For where they were last season, this end of the season, like with fantastic quality at end of the season.
But you have to say that their start has been for them.
But for where they were
losing 9-0 to Leicester,
halfway through last season, it's been incredible.
Yeah, you can't say that Southampton's not had a fantastic, incredible start to the season.
Definitely, when they were at the start of last season, yeah.
Palace 11th, that's not bad. Above Arsenal.
They're doing what Palace do,
I think for them that's actually a good start to the season.
So it's that's where maybe even slightly above where you expect them.
Yeah, I think cause if you look at the teams around them, especially
you
have to factor in that because for example, Arsenal are at the same points as them, but for them, remember that's a bad start. Whereas for Palace being above Arsenal, that's great.
Yeah, it's true.
Spurs.
I think this could be incredible.
Yeah.
I know it'll
They are
pain you.
looking.
I know it'll
They've
pain you.
beaten United 6-1. They beat you 2-0.
I think I know it'll pain you to say it, but I think like based on how they were last season,
Yeah.
not just at the start, but their last season as a whole, the start of this season's been quality.
I think whoever wins the next game, right, for Chelsea Spurs, that game will be the switching one. So if we did this again and Chelsea beat Spurs 2-0, then Chelsea would maybe switch with Spurs. But if Spurs win 2-0, it'd stay the same.
Yeah,
Or even 1-0.
I can go with
that. West Brom, second bottom of the table.
Yeah, nah, shocking.
They haven't won a game yet. They've drawn 3, which is better than Sheffield United, who've lost 8.
Yeah.
8 out of 9 they've lost. That's shocking. They should be in an area by them. Should we just do that?
That's harsh. It's harsh.
Yeah, but they've had a terrible start to the season.
Like compared to what they were playing like last season, it's been awful.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. The drop off like for Burnley and West Brom, I guess the drop off's a lot less compared to Sheffield United.
Yeah, terrible. But you know,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then I think West Ham, have had a good start.
Yeah, definitely.
In 8th, 1-4, drawn 2, lost 3. It's not bad. Oh my gosh. I thought for a second Villa hadn't lost a game yet, but it's actually they haven't drawn a game yet. But yeah, no, they've had a good start to the season. Almost as good as Villa's.
Yeah, compared to where we thought they would be.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people thought. Well, I think even we thought that West Ham could be in the relegation battle.
Yeah, but I thought they might stay up, but they might be down there. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, compared to like when they were last season as well. So,
yeah, true. So I guess this is kind of what answers the question of the podcast today. Has this season been one of the best starts in a general point of view in terms of watching football for entertainment, not specifically your club? I think it does indicate that, considering you've got so many smaller clubs.
In terms of sort of like the competition, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the fact that United, City, and Arsenal are in the positions they are, and you've got, for example, you have Palace above Arsenal and City. You have Wolves, and then above Arsenal, City, and United right now, you've got Wolves, you've got West Ham, you've got Villa, you've got Everton, you've got Southampton, you've got Leicester, you've got Chelsea, you've got Spurs. I mean, Liverpool doesn't matter, but like you've got all these teams above, and I don't know. That's why I personally wanted to have this podcast, to have this question.
I mean, I think with Tottenham, Liverpool, and Chelsea, like, and even Leicester to an extent, you can sort of say they are where they should be.
Yes, but they shouldn't be that far above them.
Yeah, it's true.
So it makes the whole. I think it makes kind of, I guess, the top 4. Like there's no certainty at all. We're going into December. There is no certainty at all that certain teams will be in the top 4 or in the top 8 or the top 10.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's definitely already to some extent between sort of Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea. I think. I don't think City will win it this year. I like to think we'll get top 4, but I don't think we'll win it. Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, maybe Leicester, but yeah.
And my guy's Villa. Maybe, but we never know. Southampton are 3 points behind first. And with Southampton are 3 points behind Liverpool with a one goal difference. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
1 goal difference. Yeah, there we go. But so I guess I've answered. In my opinion, this has been one of the best, in my memory, starts to a Premier League season. what would you say?
I mean, in terms, like you say, in terms of competition and entertainment, definitely. But in terms of a City point of view, definitely not.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't be so optimistic, if Chelsea weren't in third place, 2 points behind first.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But I'll probably tweet this. What's it called? Premier League 2021 tier list maker thing. I'll tweet this after the podcast is out for today. But yeah, let us know in the comments and in the tweet I make if you agree with our decisions. If you think someone has had a better start to the season or a worse start to the season than we have said, I think we've been pretty fair.
Yeah, I just think with like City in that a season like this was always bound to happen. So,
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, I think we've answered the question for the podcast. Do let us know what you think. If you think it's been the same, if you agree with me and Ben about the competition, how good it's been. Obviously, I'm a lot happier about how Chelsea are doing than City are doing it for Ben. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Is there anything you want to mention before we stop going? All right then. Thank you guys for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed the video and a comment down below. Like I said before, subscribe if you're new around here. We're almost at 600 subs. I guess I think we could make 750 before the end of the year. It'd be a struggle, wouldn't it?
How much are we on?
590.
Might get 650.
All right.
700.
Well, I mean, we average over 100 subscribers a month, so
maybe 650, 700, something like that.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. We can get to 650, 700 before the end of the year. Should I talk about the? Go on.
I mean, make it 750. So
yeah. Okay. 750 is the goal. 750 is the goal.
If we don't get that, we get 700. We'll be like, oh, okay.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. 750 is the goal, guys. We want to hit that. It's kind of weird how obviously it's changed through. Like 500 was by Christmas, and now it's 750 by the end of the year. Crazy. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, should we give them a little talk about what might be happening in the future for Christmas and New Year's?
If you want, can do.
Well, we've got two podcasts. We're gonna make them extra kind of special, long, entertaining. Hopefully, maybe a few drinks involved for Christmas and New Year's. I think we have 2 returning guests on, possibly 3 or 4 new guests who you guys haven't met, but obviously are close mates of ours. So yeah, looking forward to see you guys soon, and we'll probably have a podcast Sunday at 4 p.m. So yeah, see you guys and have a good weekend.